I'm the training partner at Elementary Network, and I would gladly like to take everyone through today's live demonstration. I would like to begin today's session by asking everybody a simple question, which is how much exactly would it cost your business or yourself if your entire network stopped working for just 1 hour? Well, I can presume that the answer would be, quite devastating. As a matter of fact, it would not be nice. As a matter of fact, most organizations, the answer won't just be about money. It is more about the lost customer trust, interrupted operations, and damaged reputation, and the opportunities that may or may not ever return. Well, which is why I can say that in today's digital world, that cybersecurity is no longer just an IT responsibility, but it is a business necessity, which is where we here at Elementary Network Solutions, this is where we come in. Now, who we are? Well, Elementary Network Solutions is a cybersecurity professional services and training company built by real world industry practitioners. Unlike organizations that only teach theory, Elementary Network Systems Solutions combines real world consulting experience with practical real life training. Every solution that we design and um, every course that we deliver is based on challenges that we have solved in production environments. So the company is very provides a lot of focused expertise in Palo Alto Networks next gen firewall, Panorama, Prisma Access, SASE. And I know a lot of you may not be familiar with the term SASE right now, but as we further dive into the courses and this lecture, you will be more familiar with this term. And on top of that, we also expertise in firewall refresh, security assessments, and architecture reviews. Our training program is created from the same production experience that we bring into consulting engagements. What makes our company unique is that the same professionals who secure enterprise networks also train our future cybersecurity professionals. Our mission is to turn cybersecurity knowledge into the confidence to deploy, defend, and operate in production. Here, students don't just watch presentations, they participate in all these live demonstrations, hands on labs, in real world scenarios that prepare them for industry recognized certifications and actual workplace challenges. If anyone wants the links to the solutions and services website or our learning platform, it is here given on the screen. And if you need any further guidance on this, we will surely help you after the session. Now, what we do. Mm, Basically, first point is the network and security solutions. We help organizations build secure, reliable, and scalable network infrastructures through professional services, firewall architecture, network segmentation, and continuous monitoring. And after this, we provide certification training, which is basically practical, exam focused instruction that builds real operation skill. Through hands on labs, instructor led sessions, and self paced learning platforms, students here develop the skills needed for certifications like Palo Alto Next Gen Firewall Engineer and SSE Engineer while gaining their practical experience. And the third point is consulting and support. Here, we provide trust and guidance from the first design decision through ongoing operations. Here, from deployment and migration to health checks and optimization, troubleshooting, and ongoing operational support. This is all right now from my side, and I would like to hand this session over to Aman. He'll be taking it from here. Thank you, everybody. Uh,
Hi, everyone. Very good morning. Thank you so much for the lovely intro, Middle. Thank you so much for that. All right. So, first of all, thank you for taking out time on especially this Saturday morning to be here with us. I truly appreciate your commitment, guys, because weekends are usually the time when most people prefer to rest, spend time with their family. The fact that you chose to attend this demo class shows your seriousness towards learning and improving yourself. I appreciate that. Today's session is basically designed to give you a clear idea of what you can expect from this particular course, how the classes will be conducted, and how this learning journey can help you build practical skills as well as the confidence. This is not just a demo class, it is an opportunity for you to explore whether this is the right path for your goals or not. I'll encourage all of you to stay active during the session, ask questions, participate freely, make the most of this time. The more involved you are, the more value you will get from this particular session. Once again, thank you for joining this. I hope this session will give you some clarity, direction, and motivation for your journey ahead. With that note, let's start. Give me a minute, I'll share my screen. Let me know once it is visible.
Yeah, man,
I
your
guess
screen
it
is
is.
visible.
Visible.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, so Prisma Access. What is Prisma Access? It is the SASE solution of Palo Alto Networks. Let me correct myself. It is not a SASE solution, it is a SSE solution. A lot of people get confused between what is SASE and what is SSE. SASE, SASE is basically Security Access Service Edge, which includes your SD-WAN component as well. But when we talk about SSE, it is basically security services, which doesn't include the SD-WAN component of it. That is one of the solution offered by Palo Alto Networks. It has the SD-WAN component as well, but Prisma Access is only the SSE solution. One of the leading solution in market. It's not claimed by Palo Alto Network. It has been a leader and it has been listed by Gartner in last couple of years as a market leader. It's a cloud delivered security solution and a lot of things are managed on the cloud and which reduces the load on the customer side. The customer doesn't have to manage everything, which we will discuss later on what components and what things are there which are hosted and managed on the cloud itself and the customer doesn't need to worry about that. All right, so what we are offering as a company. So we are turning working professionals as well as freshers into job ready certified network security engineers. And how we would like to train you guys is like we will not train you like as a standard training practice that okay, this is something which you have to configure, this is something it is done and this is the document you follow and you configure things. That's not how we approach things. How we would like to train you guys is like we will build a real time project scenario and we will discuss certain use cases and we will follow that and then we'll start building things so that once you are done with this training and once you get an opportunity to work as a SASE consultant or a design consultant, you will not feel much difference. You will feel like that, okay, I have done this in my training and this is how things are done. So we will help you with the approach, how the designing, how the implementation works in the real world. As part of this training, we will be providing you the labs as well. and you will be having the access to the labs till the time this training will be conducted. If I talk about the demand of this solution, it's huge. It's very huge. Every year, it is growing at a rapid pace. 26% yearly growth is seen for this particular solution in the market, and it's heading towards a very huge number. $28.5 billion dollars by 2028 is the expectation for this particular solution and technology. With the rapid growth, we need more consultants, more expertise in the market as well. So there are like around 5 million open roles for this particular skill set. And Gartner has rated this as the number one fastest growing technology, especially in the Asia Pacific region. That's how the demand is for this particular technology. So basically, what is security service edge? In the traditional way, you build a firewall and your traffic is inspected on that particular location where you have your firewall, and then the traffic goes towards the destination. But if we talk about the security service edge, you don't need to manage the firewall or any of the security device for which you are utilizing for the traffic inspection. The traffic is inspected on the nearest node. We can call it a firewall instance, which is hosted on the cloud. What is the benefit of SASE? Uh, if your users, for example, is working from US, is working from India, and you have your data center, for example, hosted in India. So India users, whenever they are accessing something, it's fine. Traffic is getting inspected in India region, going to internet. But for the US people, when they are accessing something, the traffic will backhaul towards the India data center where the traffic will be inspected and then it will go over the internet. So it will cause latency. The user experience will not be that much great. We have an option that we can deploy a firewall in the US region as well. We can host the data center there as well, but uh, the costing will be more. We have the land cost, the labor cost, electricity cost, everything will be there included in that. It's not easy to manage. But but with the SSE solution, we have an option. We can deploy nodes wherever we want, and it is managed totally by the vendor. In this scenario, Palo Alto Networks. Second, you don't need to worry about any upgrades of the firewalls, any maintenance of the firewall. Everything is totally managed by Palo Alto backend team. As per my experience, what I'll say is I have done tons of deployments. It's been like 6 to 7 years I have been doing this. Not only this solution, I have done Zscaler, I have done Cisco, I have done Gato Networks, Netscope, all this as a solution. The most selling solution in the market right now is Palo Alto Prisma Access solution. You will see this solution in almost every org, whether it is a small scale, whether it is a mid-size, whether it is a huge organization, having 700 plus office locations and 1 or 2 lakh user base. I've seen it everywhere. The reason it is adopted by many organizations is because Palo Alto firewall solution is in the market for quite some time. It's been like around 25 to 30 years. So they have a very strong grip on the security stack. So that's why the trust is there with the organization, and the organization always go with the trusted brand. When the adoption rate is high, then obviously the skill set required for that particular technology goes high. and people look for that particular skill set in the market. I'll not say that we don't have any companies who are using Cisco or Cato or any other SASE solution. They are using, but as the adoption is low, that's why the skill set required for that particular technology is also very low. What it actually offers to the company: safe web access, your internet as well as your private application traffic will be secured, your data will be protected with the help of CASP, with the help of DLP, whatever the sensitive information you have in your environment which you think should be protected and shouldn't be transferred over the personal emails or to the outside world. It can protect that as well. I'll give you an example: credit card information, your financial documents, your technical documents, all that you can protect with the help of DLP solution. You can stop the real-time threats as well. So, with the help of securities profiles, which Palo Alto offers, there's vulnerability, anti-spyware, antivirus, and also it has the capability to identify the zero-day attacks with the help of wildfire solution. Secure app access that can be achieved with the help of two ways. We have a mechanism of IPsec tunnel where we can connect our data center with Prisma access by building an IPsec tunnel. And also a zero access connector. We have an option to deploy a connector on your private data center where your applications are residing. And that will act as a proxy in between that will make the connection between the private application towards Prisma access. Lot of terms which I'm using right now that might be confusing, but once we jump into the training, it will make more sense. But the goal is any organization we pick, what are the use cases? We want to protect our remote workforce who are working remotely. Second, we want to protect our office users who are working from office locations. That's the major use case which most of the companies have. All right, moving forward, I gave some of the pointers like why Palo Alto Networks, why it is chosen by most of the big organization. It's an industry leader. It's been there in the market for a very long time, I would say. One single platform that can be utilized to manage multiple offerings of Palo Alto Networks. When I say multiple offerings, a single console can be used to manage your firewalls. It can be used to manage Prisma Access solution. It can be used to manage DLP. It can be used to manage Cortex. It can be used to manage your Prisma browser, all that stuff. So very user friendly, I would say. All right. So Prisma Access SSE Engineer Program. Okay. So, as part of this course, what you are going to be offered. So, what we'll do is we'll be setting up users, branches, and private apps access. These are the scenarios which we see in the real world environment as well. That we want to protect our remote workforce, we want to protect our branch users or the office users, and we want to access private applications. Not only we'll straight away like set up these things and configure it and test it out, we'll also discuss some of the use cases around these scenarios. Like, okay, remote workforce, they should be able to access this, but they shouldn't be able to access this. They should be able to access and browse internet. They shouldn't be able to access the private applications. They should be they should be able to access internet only when they are connected to the agent. So all those things will also be covered. Generally, this is not covered as part of the standard training, like uh, how you will test, you will connect to the agent, internet access done, private application done. That's all. No, what we are offering is like we will be discussing the use cases which we generally see in the environment. Think of it like a scenario. I have my company. I want my users to be always secured. So how I can make it? A user can have an option to disable the agent, right? And that security will be compromised. So I'll do the configuration. I'll set up the best practice around that. Okay, users shouldn't be allowed to access internet if the user is not connected to the agent. Couple of use cases, and also I can define, okay, if the user is not connected to agent, I can give certain access. Okay, this is allowed to access when you are not connected, but you'll not be able to access any other stuff, so that my company security is not compromised. We'll build the security policy considering the best practices, how it should be built from the scratch, how the threats and the security profile stack should look like as a standard practice. Zero trust access to the internal apps. We will define the private applications. We will access the private applications through branch office, through remotely when we are connected outside the corporate network. Monitoring and troubleshooting. So we'll demonstrate how we can approach whenever there is an issue with the user, what all tools we can utilize to troubleshoot it. Monitoring and troubleshooting is really important. And trust me, the panel we have, we are all tax certified. We have worked in the tax. So definitely you will learn a lot of things, not just the basic troubleshooting skills, I would say, the advanced troubleshooting skills with this. And once we are done with this, also we will help you and assist you with your exam readiness for this particular certification, which is offered by Palo Alto Networks that was introduced last year only. There was no SASE certification before last year, but they have introduced an exclusive certification specially for Prisma Access. It's going to be live, instructor led, and all sessions will be conducted by the technical folks who have previously worked with product based companies. You will get the lab access, you will get the recordings as well as the support. There will be doubt sessions as well. If you have any doubts, we'll conduct a separate session for that and we can discuss the doubts on that. As well as the certification assistance. We'll assist you and prepare you guys for the certification as well. Once you are done with this course, what courses you can target, or I'll say what positions which you can target for. So once you are done with this course, there are a couple of more courses which you can enroll in, and that will help you to scale up. And with this particular course, once we are done with this, you can target these positions like SASE roles, network security engineer positions, support positions, security consultants. I'll add few more positions you can target for principal consultant positions as well. And in some companies, definitely you can target for the architect roles as well. Very strong demand in various regions, India, Middle East, Africa, Southeast Asia, huge demand. I'll give you a quick demo of how the platform looks like, on what platform we'll be training on in some time. Okay. take a screenshot of this scanner. I'll not say that you have to enroll now, but if you make up your mind that, okay, I want to learn this cutting edge technology, then definitely you can enroll yourself with the help of this particular scanner. All right, I'll take a pause here. I have talked a lot. Any questions? Any comments?
Aman,
Yep, go ahead.
yeah, Shivraj here. So actually, I have like confusion. What earlier you say this SASE and SSC. So what exactly that is having that, and what
Mhm.
real word is behind this SASE? So how is that like this?
So when we talk about SASE, we are talking about SD-WAN component as well, which is deployed in the customer environment. Basically, when you want to control your network routing and optimize that, then we go for that particular solution. It's not a security solution. When we talk about the security solution, we talk about SSE Prisma Access. When we talk about network optimization, then we talk about SD-WAN. And when we club both of this, then it becomes a SASE solution, security access service edge. But when I'm not looking for network optimization, I'm only focused towards the security piece of that, then I'll talk about Prisma Access, which is SSE. Let me know if you have any questions or any confusion now.
Okay, so you are saying that SD-WAN. So, for example, I have a little bit work experience on Fortinet. Okay, so we have like
Uh-huh.
we have also like deployed implementation in the part project, and there also we have implemented some of the things in SD-WAN in the customer places. Okay, in the
Okay.
Fortinet is has that is having inbuilt SD-WAN feature is there. Okay, and I have some do some R&D and search with Palo Alto. There is having a separate SD-WAN feature. We have to be separate license for that. If you want to do implement SD-WAN in the Palo Alto, we have to be make a separate
Hmm.
license, right? Otherwise,
That's right.
any
Yeah.
any dedicated SD-WAN devices is that what kind of things? Some SD-WAN in this thing Palo Alto, and how relevant to this SASE for that SD-WAN component.
Palo Alto has their own SD-WAN solution, which is called Prisma SD-WAN. That comes with additional subscription cost. It is there in the market.
So in a firewall itself, only additional features that is with the license.
So there are two type of SD-WAN solution offered as of now. One is the PAN-OS SD-WAN, which comes with the firewall piece.
Mhm.
It has a limited capability, not a full-fledged SD-WAN solution, I would say. Then there is another cloud-delivered SD-WAN solution, which is Prisma Access SD-WAN solution, which is a full-fledged SD-WAN solution of Palo Alto Networks. Definitely, it comes with the additional subscription.
Okay, that is what you are saying. This platform, Prisma SASE, SD-WAN solution.
This particular piece which we discussed, this is Prisma Access, not Prisma Access SD-WAN.
Okay,
Okay. When I say, okay, Prisma Access plus Prisma Access SD-WAN, then I'll say SASE, SASE.
okay,
Okay. This piece which we are going to cover as part of this training, that will be SSE, Security Services. And to be
okay,
honest, as per my experience, I've done almost 100 projects. So out of 100, 90% of the time you will work on SSE, but there will be a scenarios where the customer also want to optimize their network, then they will purchase the SD-WAN piece as well. Demand is there, but it is less as compared to SSE. All right.
okay, okay. Because I have a lot, no much more portfolio about Palo Altos, so I have like
Okay.
that is things.
Yeah, it was a very good question. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. So, any further questions before I jump to the demo?
One
Yeah,
more.
hi, Evan. It's from this
Hello.
side. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. Are you going to cover like the integration of IDP and how to forward the logs to SIM tools, all that?
We will definitely cover the IDP piece, and we will definitely include Okta or Entra as part of this, because most of the time in the real world scenarios, we authenticate and use SAML either with Okta
Mhm.
or Entra. Definitely that will be included. But the log forwarding is a piece that will not be included. As far as I know, that won't be included. But we will
Okay.
definitely be having a discussion around that how this piece is configured, how you can forward the logs from Prisma Access to your on-prem syslog server or any other cloud storage which you have. We will be discussing that.
Okay. Okay. So, thank you.
All right? No worries. Thank you.
Aman, one more thing in that. Okay.
Yep.
So this nowadays this a lot of SASE platforms is there. If you come into the picture, Fortinet also have their own SASE is there, and HP also their own SASE, and also along with that Cloudflare and Zscaler also is there. So like what are all major difference, and what how they will be customer will be going through the Prisma SASE, and what perspectives like compared to the other OEM, because
Hmm.
Cloudflare is already market established. Zscaler also established the this thing. So how
Hmm.
Prisma SASE is will be differ from other OEMs?
A very good question, a debatable question, I would say. Okay. So, see, as I mentioned, Palo Alto is been in the security industry for quite some time. It's like 25 to 30 years, something like that. And it has been a leader in the firewall, as per Gartner, for a very long time. Okay. So the companies, as far as I know, they are trusting the security vendor, what they are offering as of now. So security piece is very good for Palo Alto. It has been good for Fortinet. It has been good for the other vendors as well. But the trust is there with Palo Alto networks because the same security has been utilized on the SSE piece as well, on Prisma Access as well. And apart from that, I would say it's very user friendly. It's not complex. I'm not sure on Fortinet, but definitely if I compare it with the Cisco, you will definitely love it. The interface, it's very good. And it has the capability to identify the zero-day attacks as well. And also, if I talk about the cutting edge technology, now they have introduced Prisma Browser as well as part of this. So what it offers is that you can put the security directly on the browser itself. Your traffic doesn't need to go to the node on the cloud where the traffic will be inspected. On the browser itself, the security inspection will happen. For example, right now, think of it. You can compare it with your Fortinet solution. We are connected on Zoom meeting. I'm sharing my screen. Think of it like if I'm sharing something sensitive. Okay. How you can restrict that? Can you think of a solution like how that can be restricted? If I sharing some financial data of the company over Zoom with external vendors, external people,
Mhm.
can it be blocked? Can it be restricted? Can it be
No, no,
like
that is live streaming is will be going on live.
right? So that capability is there in the solution. What will happen is I can watermark this page. I can blur this page.
Okay.
But with the standard securities piece, what we can do, I, I can block the website. That's all I can do. Nothing else. But I want to allow the access, plus I want to restrict the access to some external people that okay, whenever I'm sharing something, it should be restricted. It should be grayed out. It shouldn't be visible to external people. It should be visible only to internal people. That's that all piece I can control with the Prisma browser piece of the solution, which is also part of SASE. So this is just a small comparison of like what Palo Alto is working on, what their uh, future mindset is towards the security. They are really working on the cutting edge technology. Same thing with the AI piece as well. Every company is now adopting the AI ecosystem. So they are heavily investing on the AI piece of it as well, AI security. That will not be covered as part of this training, but definitely in future we will include that as well because we want to make our students market ready with the cutting edge technology. Okay. I hope that answers your questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ujjwal. I see your hand up.
Yeah, Aman. So be a professional now. What we are in a position now, after knowing this SSE or SASE solutions, there are so many market leaders, or maybe they have a small share. In a particular deal, if I win with the Prisma SSE solution or Prisma Access, whatever it is, so how should I pitch in that Prisma is only your solution? The key 3 points that I should say and that help me to win the deal. So what would be my pitch for the three most eminent kind of options or the kind of salient points that help me to win the deal?
Okay. A very good question. Right. Like very straight question, up to the point. So what I'll say is so we have to first think of the use cases, what we have currently in our company, and how these use cases can be solved with this particular solution. It might be solved with the other vendors as well, but which one is solving my use cases in an easy way with this particular solution? So definitely on the technical front, I'll focus on the use cases, how easy it is to manage. And one pointer I can give you, on a single console, you can manage everything. You don't need to log into multiple consoles. Very easy to manage. The interface is very user friendly. And if I go into deep technical stuff, then I'll think of the use cases, how these use cases will be solved, and uh, the security piece, which I already talked about. It's the cutting edge security which is offered. Yeah, that will be my approach, that I'll focus on the use cases. And yeah, the pointer which I can give you is like you can easily manage it with one single interface. But if you can give me a use case, then I can help you
Yeah,
with
I
that.
want, I got your point. So I want to deal
Yeah.
with one of the fintech. They are majorly dealing with the equity stocks and all these particular things
Okay.
from
Okay.
the lenders or maybe from the buyers or maybe from the enterprise. So it's basically a
Okay.
fintech, and I want a deal. And
Okay.
around three major branches from the three different geopolitical or geographical areas they will deliver. One is majorly
Okay.
from EMEA, another one is US, and another one is kind of GCC India. So
Okay.
these particular three regions they will deliver, and they will have around users all over this region. If I sum together, then it will
Uh-huh.
become around 9,000. So all these 9,000,
Okay.
there will be multiple branch offices. I just highlighted the regions, and they are
Mm-hmm.
operating in fintech. And if I want to
Got it.
deal with this particular thing that Prisma SSE, obviously the key point is a single glass pane that will give you a ultimate security solution. You no need to go with
Exactly.
multiple vendor, multiple tools, hopping between the tools. The tool might have a legacy, or the tool might have required a modernization that need to be shifted from the legacy to your cloud environment. But I'm coming with a solution, Prisma SSE or the Prisma Access, which gives you a single pane solution, and you can deploy it, and you can manage everything from a single point or single click. That is one option, that is for
Absolutely.
sure, that I have understood. Apart from that, is
Absolutely.
there any
Absolutely.
other benefits we can highlight apart from that? Maybe not in this particular session, we can discuss later as well. And if you can
Yeah,
help me, it
definitely.
will it will it will be great.
Absolutely. I'll help you with that and we can discuss that more. I'll I'm not getting into deep technical stuff as of now because I haven't demonstrated and we haven't started on the technical discussion of the product as of now. So once we deep dive into the technical sessions, then definitely you will understand, okay, this is something which can solve my use cases, and it is very easy to manage. But on the
Sure, sure.
non-technical front, what I can say is like it's there in the market for quite some time. It has been a leader, not claimed by Palo Alto. It has been listed by Gartner. So it is a trusted solution on the non-technical front. So trust is there in the market for quite some time. That's why big companies, not only the one which you mentioned, like other big companies I have seen, like Fidelity International. I have seen some US defense companies as well using this particular solution. So a lot of examples are there. All right, so let's. Any other questions before I share my screen and show you the console? All right. I'll stop share my screen and I'll log into the console and then I'll share it. Allow me a minute, please. I'm just logging into the console. All right. It is. Let me share my screen now. Okay. All right. So this is how the dashboard looks like from where you can manage the solution. This is the command center, which will give you a summary of your user base, your traffic, what all applications are being accessed through this particular solution. It will give you a summary of the threats as well, which has been identified and blocked in your particular environment. The operational health, how the health of the solution looks like, the data security piece, the DLP piece of it, data in motion, where we inspect and block the sensitive information in a real time, which we call enterprise DLP in Prisma Access terms. And when we talk about the data at rest, we are talking about protecting our data that resides in SaaS applications. For example, Google Drive, for example, Office 365. So we can integrate any of the SaaS applications which you have in your environment with Prisma Access and apply data loss prevention on that particular traffic. It will give you a summary of that as well from here. Very easy, very user friendly, looks good as well. Then we have insights, which will give you the insights of the user base, the applications, the regions from where the traffic is coming from, the threads, everything. And we have a filter like we can check for 3 hours, 7 days, or 30 days, and we can go with the custom as well. Very helpful in troubleshooting as well. whenever we are troubleshooting and we want to check something. For example, okay, a user complained to me, and that user, first question will be, is it a remote user or not, or an office user? If it is a remote user, I'll check on this agent user. I'll click on that user, and I can also add a filter as well. That okay, which user is complaining? I'll put the filter and I'll check the stats for that. And how I can check the stats for that? We have something called Access Experience Management, which was previously called ADEM, which monitors the network traffic activity, as well as it will analyze the network health as well as the device health of the user environment. And on the basis of that, it gives me data. And it gives actually a score out of 100. We'll discuss more on that. But just to summarize this, it will help you in troubleshooting by giving you statistics of the device of the user as well as the reachability of the user towards internet. I don't want to confuse you guys with a lot of technical stuff as of now. So yeah, very helpful. And then we have adoption center. Basically, that will show how I have utilized my license. Cloud network security piece, that will only focus on the cloud piece of this. That will not include if we have any like on-prem firewalls as well. We have the capability to integrate on-prem firewalls as well as part of this. Like you can manage your Prisma access as well as you can manage your on-prem firewalls as well with this particular console. I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand you. Can you speak a little bit louder?
Uh, are you able to hear me now? Is it better?
Yes, much better.
Okay.
Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah. I observe that, you're using Strata Cloud Manager. I'm just trying to understand, assuming I have not a couple of questions. One is, if I purchase for Prisma Access SSE solution, is Strata Cloud Manager included without additional cost? Point number one. Point number two, if that's not the case, then for Prisma Access SSE, do we have like a different management console like how we have for firewalls like the
Firewalls.
PAN OS? Do we have
Yep.
similar management console for Prisma Access SSE?
Very good question. And I think you have a good grip on Palo Alto products, as you mentioned, Panorama. Yes, Prisma Access can also be managed by Panorama. For example, if a company has the firewalls of Palo Alto and they're utilizing Panorama to manage that, and they think that, okay, I want to manage Prisma Access as well through Panorama, we have an option. But it lacks certain features on Panorama. It doesn't come up with full capability because right now Palo Alto is heavily investing and doing their R&D on this particular thing. And a lot of features are there in the SCM which are not there on Panorama. That's why, as part of this training, we focused on SCM more as compared to Panorama because we don't want to train people on certain stuff which is going to not be there in the future, which I think. Okay, because certain features has been removed as well with what I've seen. Like for example, multi-tenancy feature that has been removed for Prisma Access on Panorama. So down the line, what Palo Alto is focusing on is like they will completely move slowly towards this particular cloud console. But as of now, you are right. We have an option we can manage through Panorama.
Okay. One last question is, there are certain companies, especially at the given moment of all the current economic situation, there are companies who, let's say, like for branch officers, etc., right? They do have they manage the firewalls even without Panorama, Aman, right? For commercial
Locally.
reasons, locally.
Okay.
And
Okay.
there's also a scenario where they are looking to bring in, remote access, etc., for which reason they also partially adopt Prisma SSE. In that
Mm-hmm.
scenario,
Mm-hmm.
assuming they don't have Panorama, that they are
Mm-hmm.
manually managing their firewalls, let's
Mm-hmm.
say number quantity 6, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they're also trying to adapt Prisma Access SSE for their remote users and other use cases.
Uh-huh.
In that scenario, uh, now we don't have SEM, we don't have Panorama. So how do we then manage these? Okay, for the firewall, yes, we will manage them independently, the Pan OS. But for the Prisma SSE, do we have like a separate console other than managing it via SEM or Panorama?
No other console is there. Only two options are there.
Okay,
Either the SCM, you can manage it through SCM then. Keep managing
okay,
your firewalls locally and manage Prisma access through SCM.
got it. And does the SEM come, assuming I buy Prisma Access SSE, is that bundle always inclusive the cost for the SEM management console as well?
The standard, the standard subscription is included, but there is something called SCM Pro. Okay.
Okay,
That comes with the additional cost. I'm
got
not
it.
100% sure on that particular cost, how it looks like, but there is certain features in Pro which are not included in the standard SCM. I hope that
Okay.
answers your question.
Yes, 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 Aman, absolutely.
All right.
And in this particular session, we will be covering both SCM and SCM Pro to look
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the in.
we will
Okay,
be working on SCM Pro. We are
got it.
not going to work on SCM. First, we thought that, okay, let's train people on SCM. But then we thought, like, that will be the waste of the time for the students because we want to give you an idea and we want to introduce you to certain features which we generally see in the real world environment whenever we are doing deployments. Okay. So that's why we thought, okay, let's go with the pro license, invest some more money so that we can train better our students. We'll discuss on the differences as well, like what are the differences in pro, which is not there in the standard subscription, because that use cases and that features are utilized heavily in the real world environment.
Aman, I believe whatever the discussion we are doing right now is a good point that General highlighted about the managing this Prisma, but either via Panorama or via ACM. So now the differences what you talked about this particular Panorama having a limited feature, ACM and ACM Pro that is also separate. So I believe we can refer the Palo Alto docs as well, right, to get these particular differences.
Absolutely.
Really,
You
really. Okay.
can you can refer the Palo Alto documents as well. There are certain features which has been removed from Palo Alto, from Panorama, I
Uh,
would say, which
as
are
as
now like
uh,
multi-tenancy, which I talked about. Like you
I,
can create
I
multiple tenants.
I got your point. As you are working day and night for this particular thing, it will be helpful
Yeah.
if you can just paste a link into the WhatsApp group so that we can refer and then uh, I can get a reference that okay, these are the difference in case of accessing the Prisma SSE via
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
ACM, SCM Pro and Panorama. It will be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. Surely, we will
Yep,
share
yep.
that information as well as part of this training.
Thank you.
No worries. I appreciate it. All right. Um, there won't be much data because as of now, this tenant is not configured. Once we start the training, then definitely you are going to have your accounts created and you will be playing around with it. So I'll quickly walk you through it, like wildfire to identify the zero-day attacks. I'll not open every tab, but I'll show you some of the important one, which is like one is the Zero Trust Posture Center. Okay. In this particular tab, I can get the health report of my solution. Prisma Access and GFW, it will give me statistics like, on what parameter it is passing, on what parameters it is failing, and I can then click on it and I can check, these are all the parameters which I can improve. I'll think of it like a health dashboard. Earlier, how we used to do it, there was like either through the CSP portal or with the help of the backend team, we used to run the health check report, but now it is available on the console itself. Just click on it and you'll get to see. It will show you the best practice as well, like what all parameter you can improve on. It will show you each and every security policy, everything, the profiles, how you should build it around the best practices.
And Aman, whatever the things we are seeing right now in this dashboard, it talks about the health starting from my end user system to till the exit from my network, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
If it is so, in a case, in a scenario, I
That
have
depends
the
actually. Sorry to interrupt you. That depends. When you say from end user to the destination, then
correct.
we are talking about application experience of that particular user. Then we are talking about that. That will give you the detail of from source to destination. Whatever, it will give you the path. It will give you everything like all the nodes in between, how much is the latency, how much is the round trip time, everything. But
Yeah.
when we talk about the best practice, we are talking about how your security policy is configured, what all parameters
Yes.
you can include and make it more strict and more granular.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to invigilate my end user system. I don't have any kind of end user system detection or response, some other tool. Rather, I
Okay.
preferred on this particular Prisma. And
Okay.
now, one of my end user system, which they have joined recently, may a batch of 50 resources or 100 resources, and they are new techie Gen Z guys, and they want to develop something when their VPN client is also not installed. It's a miss. Maybe it's a miss from the admin side, or maybe a miss from the end user who are
Uh-huh.
assigning the laptop to them. They have missed this. The 50 user don't have any kind of endpoint VPN client. The GP or something else is not installed. In
Okay.
such cases, a standard laptop they're operating from my network and they want to try accessing malicious site, definitely it will be blocked from the network level as my Prisma SASE solution is implemented. But
Exactly.
in that
Uh-huh.
system, they have connected in their home environment and they created something prototype, some kind of tools or application, and they come into my network and they're connecting into my network. At that point of time, if it is throwing some kind of malware or some kind of thing, then my network is also secured as my network having this Prisma. But I am not so sure that in that system how the damages are happen, or that the particular damage will how deeply impact my company reputation. So in case of that, how do I invigilate that end user system where no EDR or no client is installed from the Prisma SSE side? Is there any mechanism in this Prisma having that to deeply scan that system and what are the malicious things are there, and then accordingly report that these are the things in that particular system which is
Uh-huh.
unknown. I am suspecting this thing, though there is
Okay.
no application, no agent installed.
No agent is installed. So basically, we have something called Cortex XDR that does this piece, that takes care of this piece, like if there is any malicious downloaded on the endpoint machine. But as you mentioned that there was no agent installed, right? That was your scenario.
Correct.
That
Correct.
was a miss. So in this particular scenario, the machine is definitely compromised, and if the user is trying to access that malicious domain when he's inside the network, then that can be identified with the help of sinkhole, DNS sinkhole piece. So that DNS domain is malicious as per Palo Alto, and with the help of the DNS sinkhole feature, which is there as part of the security profile anti-spyware, that will be identified your machine malicious, that is like compromised.
Okay. Means DNS syncol is also available in PAN, Palo Alto
That's right.
firewalls or VMs. Yeah.
That's right.
Got it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That will help us in this particular
For
scenario when we are
for that
missing.
DNS sync for that DNS sync calling only, I doesn't require this Prisma SSE solution. It having other broad view as well. Got it.
Yes. All right. So moving forward, it will show you the next security health as well. And it will show the user device, your branch sites, the firewalls, the health of everything. Then we have the Prisma Access piece, where we have the Prisma Access locations, whatever the locations you onboard as per your requirement. So here you can see like we have 4 locations onboarded that we have onboarded because we think that okay, our data center, our branch office is that in that particular location. So Prisma Access offer more than 150 locations across the globe, which you can select. For example, if I have my office in Delhi, then I'll onboard something in North Delhi, not part of Delhi. So I'll select a node of Prisma on that particular location, on that particular region, so that it is close to my branch office. Likewise, this we have 150 plus locations across the globe. It will show me the license consumption, how much I have, how much I have allocated, all that stuff. And the configuration is done on this piece. I'll not go into that as of now, but once we start the technical sessions, then we'll start from here. Yep, that's all I have for now. Lovely console, very user friendly, appealing. All right, I'll stop sharing my screen. And on this note, first of all, I really appreciate this particular conversation. There were a lot of questions. Every question was, it makes sense to me, every question. And yep, any last minute comments, concerns, questions with respect to this particular training?
Aman, you have any like Palo Alto portfolio information, PDF or anything else to what are the Palo Alto's devices and things is? Because when I've purely worked on Fortinet, okay, I'm not
Okay.
much of exposure in Palo Alto portfolios.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Okay.
it will get because we are in like we are the partner of Fortinet, so I'm
Okay.
moving to changing some other things like now to go with like a OEM SME like that. So planning for
Mm-hmm. Okay.
so because some of the information I'm not worked on any OEM in SASE field. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
we have know that like how is the working and how the setup and the customer requirement how is that we don't know that because
Hmm.
Fortinet is also there. He's having one SASE, but
Okay.
we have very we can say that no customer in the Fortinet SASE in the our customer like this. So only we have
Hmm.
deployed uh, FortiGate, FortiManager, FortiAnalyzer, this kind of things only we have it, and
Mm-hmm.
OT securities we have concentrated on that. But
Hmm.
very less customer which with go with the Forti SASE like this.
Okay.
And one more thing is like how we will can we get the project and work on Fortinet this thing. Uh, Prisma Sase after this completion of this course or this thing? How?
I didn't get the last piece. Like how
Last,
we
like if I complete uh,
this
course
particular training.
completion, yes, training
Uh-huh.
is completed. So how can we get the hands-on training, a hands-on project with live project to the customer like that in case from your end?
So the idea of this training is like we are going to build a project, a real-time project in the training itself. It's going to be a real-time project. Like we will build a scenario that, okay, I have my office in this location, I have my office in that particular location, and I have my data center in this location, and my remote users work from US, from Australia, from UK, from India. Now, how I should approach this with Prisma Access, how I can build this. So consider this training as that you are working on a project. That's the motto and the first thing which we thought like we are going to give our training like that.
Okay, similar to the like customer requirement, this kind of thing.
Exactly, exactly. Right from the start, first we'll discuss all the scenarios which we generally see in the real world. We'll discuss the technical requirements which we generally get from the customer. We will also demonstrate and as well as guide you how we gather those requirements on what parameter actually we want to have those details. So we'll document everything. Once we have our design ready, then we'll start this training and consider it a training or the project. It's going to be like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will make it as close as possible to a real-time project instead of training. That's what we want to inform you that. Because we are coming with that particular experience. We have done these deployments couple of times. So it's not going to be a standard training practice that right from the day one we will start configuring things. It's not going to be like that.
Aman, hi. Mkwanele, one question from my side. Just wanted to
Yep.
find out, will we have a second session, like another session to like further go through the things that you've just mentioned, or will things be communicated through the WhatsApp chat group?
So
Aman,
you are asking?
shall I
Yeah,
take
go
Will
that
we
ahead.
question?
have an
Yeah,
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 will we
please go
have
ahead.
an
Yeah.
will we have another session where we go through the rest of the things and like a regular session and the link will be shared with us like it was through email, or will now the session be moved to like a WhatsApp where you just send the PDF things?
So, I mean, thanks for the question. I'd like to address this question for the larger audience over here. We are planning for another demo session that might be coming up next week. We are in the planning of that. For today's session, we will share the slides, over the email for the participants who have joined here, along with the same link will be pasted in the WhatsApp group chat as well, right? So the information will be shared across multiple channels. And in case you have any other questions, you can definitely reach out to us, right? So another demo session coming up next week that would have, similar kind of things, but we understand that people might have a lot of other questions. You guys might need to take this information with you, research, and then come back with a few more questions. So there would be a session that would, answer your
All
questions
right,
going forward.
all right, thank you.
So, uh, Shivraj, I'll share you the detail over the WhatsApp group, right? And all right, good. Uh, Guys, any more questions for Aman? I mean, on the technical side. Devish, someone will reach out to you with that information, right? Last but not the least, as a concluding remark, we have discussed so much on the technical side, right? How the training will be delivered, the access to the lab. And thank you so much, Aman, for all the details you have covered and touched base on all the points and addressing all of our, prospective students' queries over here. This was really brilliant. There's one more offering. As a part of this course, you will get the recordings that you will have access to, lifetime. I just wanted to have a quick moment to demonstrate the same, and I'm going to quickly share my screen. So you would be able to see that, this is our learning portal where we can just go ahead and log in. Just give me a quick second. I'll show you how you'll be able to log into this portal once you have enrolled. Right. So once you have enrolled, you would be able to log into the learning portal. You would be able to see your courses that you have enrolled for right here. All the session recordings. Currently, there are no session recordings, but because we are about to kick off this particular training, right? Once we kick off this training, all the recordings will be available to you over here that you would be able to go ahead and review, at your convenience. You will be also able to see all the Zoom links right here. Currently, there are no other Zoom sessions that have been scheduled, but once the Zoom sessions are scheduled for your upcoming classes, you'll be able to see those Zoom links right over here with the date and time information, and along with a reminder that, as close as like 1 hour before the session, you will get a reminder email that, guys, your session is scheduled, right? Upon. As I said, this, you know, uh, learning portal is like, once you enroll, it would be there for forever. You will be able to access to the recordings of the courses that you are enrolled for. Once the course is concluded, and you have shown or exhibited, your proficiency, you will be able to request for course completion certificate. You will be able to raise a request. You can see it is currently logged. Once the trainer marks the module completed from there, and you will be able to see that request my certificate, and you'll be able to get the certificate of completion of the course from our end. Uh, Other than this, we are also coming up with something called as interview prep, right? The whole idea of the uh, taking up the courses that you would like to climb up in the, your career. You would like to secure maybe a better job or high-paying job, right? So we are coming up with interview preps as well. And again, this is absolutely free. Of course, we are not charging you, anything additional, but for this interview preparation thing, right? Currently, these things are in the process of making. You can see we have an assessment configured, which is like Palo Alto Networks NGMW engineer interview. You can just give this assessment. Again, guys, this is free for all. You necessarily not and need not enroll with us. You can just simply go ahead and check your knowledge over here. So SSE would be live next week onwards. We'll have the SSE exam right here. You'll be able to get the results instantly. This is like a level of moderate to high difficulty, right? If you feel like you have a very good command on, security, I would highly recommend you go ahead and, give it a shot. You would be able to share the results over LinkedIn if you'd like to. And once again, this is absolutely free, of course, and it's open to everyone. Need not, you know, it does not need any enrollment or any account creation as well, right? Cool. So I think that's it from the elementary network solutions offering perspective. And we welcome you to ask us more questions. The WhatsApp group has been shared by Sunmay a couple of times now. Please feel free to join that group. We are open to your questions, any queries. And as I said, we'll share more details about our upcoming demonstration next week, which will be scheduled next week. You'll get all the updates over there. And Sunmay has shared his WhatsApp number as well. Please feel free to reach out to him. He can guide you personally over there as well. Okay. On that note, thank you so much, guys, for taking out the time over a weekend, joining us here and making this demonstration a success, right? You guys have a nice day ahead.
Same to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks all. Bye.